You are listening to the Cigar Noise Boys. I slipped and fell into the wet concrete below. They buried me in that gray tomb that knows no sound, but I am still around.
Johnny Cash.
Indirectly, yes. How'd you know? Yeah, Johnny Cash. You finally caught on. Took long enough. That was Highwayman by the Highwaymen. So Johnny Cash was
done.
one of the four, I believe. Also, Tyler, you got mad at me. You got mad at me last week because I picked an obscure Johnny Cash song.
Yeah.
And you said, why don't you do One Piece at a Time? You named all these other songs.
Bring Up Fire, yeah.
Yeah, because I already have other Januaries, 4 years of Januaries, man, going to deep cuts. And the reason I don't do repeats is because I used to be really good at making a Spotify playlist of all the intros. I've slacked off, so there's probably like 10 songs I haven't added yet, but that's that. Hey, Cigar Noise Boys, what's up? Dom, Tyler, and do you want to go by Norberto or El Dandy?
Either one, whichever is
okay.
easier for you guys.
Because Yogi said he's okay with Yogi. Chip and Lonsdale's, I thought his name was Chip. It's not. That was awkward. Should clear that ahead of time.
That's funny.
What's up? Thanks for joining us.
Dude, it feels surreal being on with you guys. I don't think you understand. The two of you are my ride to work buddies.
Wow.
So every morning on my way to work, I'm listening to just a small assortment of podcasts, and I'm always looking to see if you guys have posted so that I can catch up on the lives of Dom and the infamous Don Viso.
That's awesome. Yeah, at least until Sultans of Smoke picks it up again. We'll get in that.
They are a part of the podcast rotation. Yeah.
Sweet.
I like their stuff.
They're the only other cigar podcast I listen to, I think. I've tried a few others, but
I've tried a few others. There has to be some chemistry, and I think you and Don Viso over here have a fantastic chemistry.
We were told that we lacked it, and that's why it worked.
Well, then maybe the lack of chemistry is its own chemistry, Dom.
Yeah,
I mean,
well,
just like water isn't wet.
Okay.
Well, it all goes back to how I met Dom and how he thought I was a loser because I was sitting by myself.
Yeah. I was doing a good deed by talking to you.
I was doing a good deed by saying, hey, guy who looks like he just walked 4 miles in 100-degree weather, you look pretty sweaty and gross. Come sit down, take a load off.
Really take a load off? That's what you're going to say?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Norberto, real quick. You're connected to Old Grapevine. Are you owner, manager? What's your connection there?
So I'm just a run-of-the-mill salesperson there. There was a time frame when I first started and I was working a whole bunch of hours that I was the unofficial night manager.
Okay.
And then due to some fantastic changes in my 9 to 5, I had to peel back some hours. And so now I have more of I work the Sunday shift because nobody wants to work that shift. And I do enjoy the culture, right? And I enjoy the camaraderie that's been built by the customers who come in looking for me, the members that hang out in the members lounge in the back. So I want to keep my finger on the pulse. So I'm trying to hold on to those Sunday shifts. And then I also run the social media. Right. And I comment heavy on what we bring into the shop.
What's the deal with Sundays? Why are those the least favorite day to work? Because I used to work Sundays and football season's amazing. Granted, after football season, it's not as nice, but that was a benefit to me.
I think so. The team that we got at Old Grapevine, it's a small team, so they're working a lot of days, and for quite a few of them, it's a second job, like it is for me. And so you really want to have the ability to give time either to yourself to unwind and relax without having to deal with people asking if you have any Cubans. And if you tell them no, they want to know, okay, do you have any acids? And then, you also want to spend time with the family. And so Sunday's a good day for that. Yeah. Head out to a local fried chicken joint and get some food and spend some time.
How far away is the shop from your house?
Driving, it's about 6 minutes.
Oh, that's fucking
nice.
Awesome.
Oh yeah. So when the alarm goes off because somebody was rattling at the door, they call me to go down and check in, make sure all the sticks are there. and since my boss doesn't listen to a podcast, I help myself to a cigar for my trouble. No, I'm just kidding.
No. So short story long, but
oh boy.
Before I even moved down here, Jim, the manager, owner-ish dude, manager, I think he owns some stake, but anyways, of the one by Romacraft. Before I even moved down here, he had offered me a job, but that's about Romacraft, and that shop is about 15 miles from where I bought a house last January or last December. And then, or not last, whatever, a year ago. And then there's another one on Congress down, which, and that was only 8 miles. So, and then we got to talking about the job and everything. And then I had mentioned that, hey, Jim on the other shop, because they're separate or they're owned by the same guy, but they're almost ran
independently.
Yeah. And then just recently, so it's until recently they had separate POS systems. So I thought I'll just go back and forth between the shops, and then I told him hey, I had mentioned to Jim about Jim had offered me a job a long time ago, and he's like, oh shit, he's like, well, we got to go talk to Jim first before you start working here. We don't want to piss off Jim, because anyway, so I went to go talk to Jim, or I messaged Jim. I sent him a text message. I'm like, hey, I'm looking to get back in the shop roles or whatever. And he said, I said, are you guys hiring? He's like, oh man, he's like, I forgot what he said, but it was a really nice compliment about we're always hiring if somebody's as qualified as you or something like that. I'm like, all right, bet. I'm like, I'll come in Monday. We can talk about it. So we sat down and we talked about it. And he's like, yeah, you're the first person I ever hired who I didn't give an interview to. And yeah, so I did my first shift, or I did my first full shift on Friday. I did 5 hours. It was cool. I actually got to meet the guys and the Friday night crew. It was kind of weird because the week before somebody had broke a window on one of the trucks, and the guys thought they saw the same car, so they went out there to see if the people who broke the truck if they were back. So they all went out there, and then I go out there, and then 3 guys have guns drawn. I'm like, oh, okay, what's going on here? And then another guy, he introduces me to himself.
There's something happening here.
Yeah. So, and then another guy introduces himself, and I said, we were talking about cigars. I said something, I made a cigar called V So Horny. He's like, oh, you should have named it Me So Horny. I'm like, well, no, I'm V So Horny because it's like Me So Horny, but it's tied into tobacco and cigars. He's like, oh, you're not getting the joke then. I'm like, no, I get the joke, because how the fuck would I come up with V So Horny if I didn't know about Me So Horny? He's like, oh, it's a 2 Live Crew thing. I'm like, no shit. So I was like, anyway, and then I'm cleaning his ashtray, and then there's about a half an inch of a cigar left that's exploded, a Connecticut. And he's like, whoa, 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 whoa. Don't touch that. I'm still working on it. I'm like, that thing's fucking exploded. And Yeah, and then he disappeared for a while, and then and then everybody's leaving, and that cigar's still there, hasn't been touched in 3 hours, and then there's a bag full of Wendy's food, and all of a sudden it's 10:30, we close at 10, and then he pops out. I don't know where he was. He pops out, and he grabs his Wendy's bag, and then leaves. And I'm like, where did he go? But yeah, it was weird. But yeah,
Back to
so
retail, brother.
I know that's exactly what I said. I'm like, this is what I signed up for.
Yeah.
El Danny, what are you smoking?
I'm smoking the Gotta Fire Don Carlos Robusto that arrives in a tubo.
All
It
right.
sounds like a Dr. Seuss book. Yeah, for some reason, at the shop, these have kind of stalled out a little bit.
Ooh.
And so I swung by on my way home and I told my manager, I said, hey, let me take 2 of those home. I took a Robusto Don Carlos and then this large Carlito here. And I'm gonna, just reacquaint myself a little bit and see, what 5 or 10 people come to mind as I smoke it to see who I could maybe introduce this to or reintroduce it to.
Nice.
Part of the retail lifestyle.
I think I've seen God of Fire in 3 shops in my entire life.
Mm.
It's just one of those I'll see in reviews, but rarely in shops.
Well, we
Maybe
got
that's
a
just a
bunch of it.
California thing. I don't know.
Well, I mean, it shouldn't. I think Prometheus
Yeah.
produces God of Fire, and I think the guy that runs Prometheus is out of Southern California, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong.
I
But
have seen it somewhere in LA. So I
yeah,
could be
so
here.
we get a lot of the Opus stuff that Prometheus produces, like the Opus 6, the 5 now, the 8,
Damn.
and such. And so part of that process is you have to order so much of their regular God of Fire series, and it usually does pretty good, especially the Serie B. The Serie B Robusto in the Tubo is one of my favorites, and the Diadema size is also really good. They use broadleaf really well.
What do you think the average clientele is for you? Are they kind of business people? Are they blue collar workers? Is it a
Well, that's a
complete
great
all over the
question,
board?
Dom. I think we got a good mix of people, right? Our shop is in the Main Street Grapevine area, so there's a ton of foot traffic through the weekend. And the Grapevine is a smoke friendly environment, so you can grab a cigar and walk up and down the street. And people, usually husbands will grab a cigar and their wives will be running in and out of stores, and they'll just kind of be hanging out and smoking a cigar on the park bench or inside the shop hanging out. So we got a good customer base there for just, the regular guys coming in and grabbing a stick. And then over the course of 3 years, I think we've really built a nice mix of guys who are interested in trying new things, different cigars, kind of expanding the horizons. And then we have quite a bit of customers that are now really into some of the higher end offerings. During my time, I was able to kind of highlight some of the cool cigars that we enjoy: Atabay, Byron, Structura, Samparai. And so those are in the shop now, and they're doing pretty well.
Samparai is the one brand, the one high-end brand that Ohlone has. Because we don't have a lot of high rollers. We'll get occasionally because we're in Silicon Valley. So somebody from usually Hong Kong or China will come in and buy 2 boxes of the most expensive thing we have.
You carry Padron, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we carry Padron, yeah.
No,
I thought that was Don.
Yes,
Yeah.
but that's
they only have one expensive cigar. I mean, they have the $50 and the $80, but Padron has.
that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying they're not the luxury brand. They have the full top to bottom. So you can buy expensive Padrones, but I think there was talk to bring in Atabey. Jay London is kind of in that medium area. They still haven't really established themselves yet.
Yeah, I haven't had I think I've only had one J London, and I thought it was pretty good, but I haven't had many more of their offerings, unfortunately.
We have that box of Cohiba Spectre sitting on the table. Push it up and down. Still have 4 cigars in there. But with California, I think so. I think the owners must have bought a few. Man, it's like 170
per stick.
First, yeah, with the tax. Tough sell.
Yeah. Banner House has a few cases of the Spectre, like 2 different years. I was going through their inventory, and they had they had 2. I'm like, what are these? They're like freaking huge. I thought it was like an Opus humidor or something. I don't know, but it was the Spectre. Habana House still has rare pinks. They still have a whole bunch of Opus. Some reason they put the Amazon basin behind the counter, and you have to ask for it, which I have no idea why. But it's behind the counter.
That's everyone's favorite cigar.
That cigar moves fast. We didn't even get to try it. Usually we get to try stuff that's new. Yeah, we got 3 boxes in, and then the next day they were gone.
Damn, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
I was digging in my humidor today, and I found one from I don't know when, but it's the cello's super brown. But I was gonna say I'm smoking the Tatuaje Kappa Especial.
Is this the new one that makes Brennan wet?
No, this is the PCA one.
Okay.
Hopefully tomorrow. I think I work a shift tomorrow. I gotta confirm. I'm gonna hopefully they get it because they get all the Tatuaje stuff. So, but it's weird because Habana House does a lot of wholesale. So, I mean, I've never seen a more full humidor. Like it is top to bottom filled. There's so much stuff in that humidor. You're always finding cool stuff, but now that I'm working there, the cool stuff won't last.
Yeah, I texted you. It was a honey pot. It's no longer going to be a honey pot. Because you're either going to buy it or sell it to people who will realize it's really good.
Well, yeah, like they have the Black Label Trading Company, Anthropology. I think they still have 3 boxes of those.
They had Black Honeys last time I was there. The second run. They had Mason Dixon Crowned Heads. My favorite Halloween cigar. What was it?
Oh, that one does. Yeah, the X.
I don't remember what it's called. Not Jaji Bobby. No, the one with the fictional character looking thing. The big. I gave it to you blind there.
I don't remember.
I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, I found a box of a cigar you like. I bought 2 singles for you. It's the that Connecticut you like from Crown Heads.
Sfumato and C Major?
Yeah, they got a box of them. I bought you 2 singles.
That cigar is the truth.
Thank you. All right.
I'll have to smoke it.
Yeah, it's
that cigar is the truth.
Why?
Go ahead.
Why was it just discounted everywhere?
I don't know. I think there's a certain market for it. When I smoked it, it made an impression on me, and I reached out on social media to the Crown Heads DM, and I was like, "Man, this thing is good." And I don't know if it's John or whoever runs their social media wrote back that the cigar was modeled after an older cigar that we used to carry, but now is discontinued, called Butera. And that cigar is very smooth and buttery. And I found that the Esfumato was very similar to that. I think it might not do as well for some people, Dom, because of it doesn't have enough spice to kind of balance it out. I feel like that would be my only constructive criticism, that it's almost too smooth. It's very light, so you'd need you definitely want to smoke it with some coffee or something.
Yeah.
I feel like it would have done better in a different size too, maybe a Toro. Because it seems like the Crown Head guys like that size, but the Crown Head guys aren't necessarily smoking Connecticut's. So
Don Viso has spoken.
let
John
it be
Huber,
told.
when you hear this,
Alonso,
please
right?
please make a change to the Sfumato in C major
We
and make it in a short D.
They didn't pay the California tax, so we were getting rid of Crown Heads, but we might bring them back in because they pay it now.
Okay.
That's fun fact. All right, you guys want to do a draft?
I got one more question for Al Dandy.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wait. First of all, I want to say, when did we meet? We met at Michael's in 2020 or 2021.
I think it was 2020. I'd have to go back and look at our fantastic selfie that we took, our Ussie that we took.
I think I was passing through to Austin.
Yeah, whenever you were moving. When did you move? 2020?
Oh, 2021. But I think I was down for or else it was for Weasel Fest. I don't know. I'll have to look at the picture of the date, but yeah, that was a fun time. And I was gonna say this when you're talking about all those rare opus and stuff. I still have you sent me a Christmas gift, I think 2 Christmases ago. I still have the Casa Cuba. No, the Casa, the one that was in Vegas, and now it's available everywhere.
Casa Fuente.
Casa Fuente. I think you gave me a Churchill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I still have the Churchill. I might bust that out. It's just a big commitment for that cigar, so I'm waiting for a good time where I can just sit and smoke.
Super Bowl smoke.
Yeah,
that might be a good Super Bowl smoke. Way to go, Dom.
Go Chiefs
or Niners.
I have another question quick before we do the draft. Was so what brands have you brought in? You brought in Patina, right?
Yeah, so Patina was the first one I pitched. When I got to the shop, I was like, hey, I see that we don't carry Patina. I'm a big fan of it. And I kind of got shot down, Yeah. And so
know what that's like.
Yeah. And then so it took about a year of bringing in other brands and expanding current brands that we had, like expanding the lines that we carried to build up kind of credibility that I would do the work. It's easy to put a cigar in somebody's hand and say, hey, trust me, you're going to like it. Or, hey, check this one out. That part is easy. And so you could move, a couple boxes doing that regularly. But after they've smoked it, the cigar has to have staying power, right? People have to like it enough to come back. And so come back to it. And so I think that was a pretty easy one as we expanded Tatuaje. And that was a pretty easy one as we expanded our black label selection. We brought in Atabey and Byron. I'm trying to think who else. El Septimo. We brought in El Septimo. That one's been doing pretty good for us.
They got a good rep now.
Brought in.
With the
yeah, they have a really good rep.
Austin
is the rep.
Like mentor kind of dude.
Yeah, Austin. He used to be over at Michael's.
Yeah, he was the McAuliffe rep for the Southeast.
Yeah, he did that for a little bit, and I always remembered him because he had, I don't know if he still has it now, but he had Tatuaje on his license plate, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. You guys carry Romacraft, right?
No, unfortunately not. Or no, we carry. No, we don't carry Romacraft. We did.
Okay.
When I first got there, there was the Neanderthal was there, and one other one, the Cro-Magnon, I think, was there, and it was 2021 when I started working there, and we were able to secure 2 boxes of the Craft 2021. And then the Romacraft just kind of died off. And it was weird. Like, people were coming in for it regularly, and then they switched over to different stuff, and then we just couldn't get any more traction.
Did they switch over to Black Label? Because From what I hear at the
Some
shop,
of them did.
from what I hear at our shop, I haven't worked since we've brought in Romacraft, but since we brought it in, it's really cannibalized Black Label sales, which sucks because I want both those brands to succeed. We'll see.
Yeah,
Yeah, they're
it's a
different.
challenge. Go ahead, Don.
No, I was just gonna say they're different enough where they're very different. I mean, it's a company run, or it's made by a factory owned by a gringo, and they have their own factory in Nicaragua. But other than that, it's like it's a lot. They're very different, you know. Yeah, I mean, yeah, but
That wasn't very convincing.
No, they are very different, but yeah, I don't know.
No, I agree with you. I think they're very different. I think they do have some similarities. I think some of the Black Label stuff has a strength or a punch that is kind of on the higher end. That reminds me of some of the punchy aroma stuff.
Yeah.
But I like them both. I mean, to be honest, I wish I liked them both more. There's only a few Roma craft that I can. I have to be in the mood for a Roma craft for like, because the way it hits me is kind of heavy. My favorite one is the barber pole that you had given me a segundo of.
The Black Irish.
Yeah, that Black Irish is good, man. And I'm not a Candela fan, but that thing is good.
But I want to thank you for when you listened to me to continue the conversation. You didn't listen to me like Dom does to end the conversation. So I appreciate that.
All right, next segment.
It's because you and I are real friends.
Yeah. It's weird because I think my girlfriend notices when I smoke like a Neanderthal, because even after I brush my teeth and do my whole routine, she'll be like,
"Your mouth tastes like a caveman."
Tell us about your routine.
Oh, I just run my toothbrush under the sink and act like I'm brushing. No, I floss. I scrape my tongue. I use mouthwash. I brush my teeth, and I use my water flosser.
Before I water pick action.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thanks, Dom, with the follow-up question.
You got it.
But it's still like it's hard to get that Neanderthal off you. It sticks to you. I mean, it's all that. I don't know if it's the Pennsylvania seersucker Lajero, but. So, all right, Dom, I'm ready to draft now.
Some cigars carry a bigger aroma. Before we go into the draft, can I ask what Dom's routine is? I know he's got a baby in the house. I don't know if his missus is picky about the cigar smell.
He just doesn't smoke anymore.
It's rare. So I have my weekly blind review, and I've been,
which I love, by the way.
Thank you. I threw out some weird stuff this week, so get ready.
I'm looking forward to it.
I get in 1 to 2 other cigars a week. But right now I'm just going on the street because I can't smoke on property. And oh my goodness, yesterday I'm standing out there by the car on the street, and there's a student driver just making rounds in the neighborhood, stopping past the stop sign, looking left and right like 20 times, pushing his brakes too hard, almost died.
Wow.
Yeah.
He almost hit you, or he almost died?
No, he didn't almost hit me, but he was just going around and around and around and around, and clearly first time driving. So I thought chance that I could die today, probably up 0.5%.
Well, his first time driving and your first time smoking a cigar.
That wasn't as funny as your face is making it out to be.
Stop, my face.
Funny.
Before we draft, the Aladino Sumatra LE was the last blind review we did.
Mm-hmm.
Have either of you smoked it?
Too rich for my blood.
What?
I have not.
Come on.
It's like $16. It's expensive.
Okay. I said box, everyone else said single. That never happens. I think Rich said it tasted like cigarette. And construction was a main problem for everybody. But I don't know. I want to find somebody else who smoked it.
Construction. I think Skip. I had bought one at Smokers Abbey, or we had went there and Skip bought 2 boxes of cigars, and then we grabbed some singles, and he bought the singles too. And I felt bad because I picked out 2 expensive cigars: the new Black Honey, and then the new the Black Honey was like 20, and then that one, and then later on, I'm like, hey Skip, do you want this Sumatra? He's like, sure. I'm like, well, you bought it anyway, so I felt bad. But yeah, he's it was a Crown Heads event. So we went to Smokers Abbey, and then Skip bought a box of the La Creme Petite Robustos, the LE they did, and then he bought a box of Black Label Trading Company Bishop's Blend, the 10-year anniversary one, the all black banded one.
La Madonna Negra?
No. It's the anniversary.
Madonna Negra is a great cigar.
That's the 10-year anniversary. The Bishop's Blend this year was the Pennsylvania.
Yeah, but it's a different band than the other Bishop's Blend. This one was all black. It wasn't red. It was celebrating the
Pennsylvania. Okay, huh? maybe there is another one that I don't know about. The one this year wasn't red.
Yeah, the Bishop's Blend, yeah.
Pennsylvania Broadleaf.
It's always been Pennsylvania Broadleaf. You really going to challenge me on this?
Always?
It's always been Pennsylvania Broadleaf.
There was something very different about it this year. I thought it was...
Yeah,
hit the Google, Dom. Hit the Google.
I turned my Wi-Fi off of my phone so that I can podcast. I can't Google anything.
I'm Googling right now. You.
All right. Yeah, if you're wrong, what are you gonna give me?
Nothing. If I'm wrong, I'm just gonna break those Crown Head cigars in half that I bought you.
Tyler, I haven't sent you your what's it called? Stonehaven?
Yeah.
I still have it. Okay, while you're Googling, we're going to draft places to smoke.
Yeah, so this year the company is celebrating its 10th anniversary and has done so with a variety of special releases. Okay. That included changing Bishop's Blends by introducing a new and version called Novium Dialis or whatever. Whereas the regular Bishop's Blend, okay, I'm wrong.
Wow.
Let me finish. Whereas the regular Bishop's Blend uses the Ecuadorian Maduro wrapper, the new one uses a Pennsylvania broadleaf wrapper. Okay, you're right. What was...
Thank you, Tyler.
They switched to wrapper? I thought it was... Because, yeah, I think it was the anniversary of that blend, too, though. It talks about the anniversary of it.
Sorry, Tyler.
Yeah, so... in celebration of the 10 year, they changed the blend of this car.
Tyler.
So we're both half right.
You're the funny guy. You don't have to be right all the time.
No, I'm not.
I feel like this is the moment like they have on those commercials where they're like, let's go to the tape. And someone throws out a yellow flag and they an instant review.
100%. We were both half right.
Someone has one of those flags at the lounge, but we've never used it. Right? Like there are some comedy gold times where you can just throw out a challenge flag in real life. Hasn't happened yet. All right.
Can you out about me being wrong?
No.
Okay. All right. Go on.
We're gonna draft places to smoke, and we'll start. We'll do El Dandy first, Tyler second, me third. Snake draft, and can we do 3 apiece? That'd be 9 places to smoke. Is that too many?
Yeah.
Yeah, too many, or yeah, let's do it.
No, that's good. That's good. That's good. Sorry.
Okay. El Dandy, you're first.
Places to smoke in my area or just places I've been that I enjoy smoking?
Just very open-ended places to smoke a cigar.
Ooh. Places to smoke a cigar. I think number one on my list is a airplane bathroom.
Oh.
Airplane.
Nothing like getting pulled off of a plane by an air marshal and put on a no-fly list.
Tyler, you're next.
I was gonna say airplane, number 1, but number 2 would be a movie theater. Watching a movie indoors, not like in a drive-in. Indoor movie with a popcorn and a big soda. Smoking a big fat stogie with my soda. Stogies and sodies.
Have you done that ever? I mean, we've smoked at Skip's house watching a movie. But have you been in like a theater room smoking a cigar?
No, there's a cigar shop that Mo hangs out at. They have a theater room, and then Mike Rowe has a theater room in his house. But I asked about smoking there, and Jamie gave me the dirtiest look I've ever seen in my life. But I'm like, I'm joking, but it would be dope. I said.
I'm going to pick the boys' room because it looks good with our name, and also, I mean, Dan, you said airplane bathroom. I think it's different enough. There's something great about going to a lounge, smoking a cigar, and like, oh, I need to take a piss, or I had some Chipotle, I need to take a dump, and you can just smoke a cigar the whole time. It's great.
Can we change mine to just the plane, like smoking on a plane?
Yes.
The bathroom seems a little weird. Is it like a different kind of club you're trying to join?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
It's the Mile High Smoking Club.
Snake Draft, I'm going second. I'm going to say the top of a building.
Ooh.
It's great. Something with a great view. Maybe it's sunrise, sunset, more likely. Top of a building.
Back to you, Don Viso.
I would say on a cruise ship, bathroom, cruise ship, at night with on a clear night with like the stars out, or like on a cruise ship. But I think it'd be dope to see like if you're like on a ship in Alaska and you can see whatever that thing is in the sky.
Aurora Borealis.
The Aurora Borealis.
Areola.
You owe me a cigar. Not the areola, bro.
Yeah. So yeah, cruise ship.
Okay.
Make that the episode title.
The episode title.
Areola Borealis.
Yeah, there you go. And then for me, I would say I got to pick two, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Ooh. Jacuzzi with a little frozen drink, some kind of like a pina colada or daiquiri of some kind. I think that's a nice little combination.
Hot and cold. I like it.
Yeah. And then last, I got to go cheesy for you guys. Anywhere with some good friends.
Oh. Well, let's see how that plays out in the voting.
Yeah. That comes in last. All right, Don.
Tyler,
so you're up.
It would be, this is a slash one. Nica Sueño / Roma Craft headquarters.
That's gonna look terrible on the graphic. So long.
Well, Nica Sueño.
All right. El Dandy, have you been?
Mm-mm.
Or not?
I haven't had the pleasure.
Roma headquarters, have you been there?
No, I haven't been to either.
Gotta check it out. It's pretty cool.
You gotta get down to Austin.
Yeah, I gotta come down to Austin. I've been 3 times. So I gotta make another trip.
All right, my final pick, I'm gonna say Mountain Summit. Preferably summit of a mountain.
Okay.
But not after.
You're liking these high altitude smokes, no?
Yeah. It's like you're taking a piss off of a tall area. You feel dominant.
I've smoked in the mountains. You can't taste nothing.
Well, okay, yeah. It can't be super high altitude, not Colorado. And you don't want to be hiking and smoking a cigar. I've done that. Bad idea. Like a nice casual, we just happen to be on a mountain. Maybe we drove here. Perfect. Tyler, you just won't understand. It'll look good on the graphic. I'm going to win. All right. Summit of a mountain. Could have said volcano. Nope, mountain.
Everyone that Al Dandy said should have been bathroom of something.
Cool.
Bathroom with your friend.
Running back.
Bathroom in the plane, taking a leak in the jacuzzi, and then bathroom with my friends.
Bathhouse with my friends.
There you go.
Nice. We haven't done that in a while. Good to have a segment.
That was a good yeah, topic.
A few random stuff. Sean Coleman, dude has a buttload of colognes.
That's not a ton, actually.
Tyler, how many cologne bottles do you have?
5, but I'm just getting into it. Jason got a ton. Mike and Skip got a ton.
Is it like watches where you have multiple of the same thing even though you need one?
No, it's different because it's like a cigar, or it's like anything else you collect.
No, it's not. You smoke a
kinda
cigar
is,
in
Dom.
an hour and a half, and you need a new one. If you have a watch, you have one watch. You don't need a second watch unless you're like a rapper.
Dom,
Cologne, you have one bottle. You use it till you're done.
Dom, no, because you wear a certain scent based on the season. Yeah,
Is that actually that's the thing?
yeah.
That is very much a thing, Dom.
I swear apple
Don
cider
Viso
vinegar.
is-
I'm not. I respect the seasonal
Whoa.
approach.
And
I
then you
res-
wonder why Don Viso thought you were walking for 4 miles.
He's
When
just,
he met you,
he's
bro.
just mad
Are you running around
because
smelling like apple cider vinegar for real?
yeah.
Okay, I don't actually. I've done it before, and the thing is, no, you put on
Do
your
you splash
armpits.
it on like aftershave or what?
No, your
You put
armpits.
apple cider vinegar in your armpit? That stuff
Yeah.
smells like garbage.
Yes, it does. But here's the thing: it kills the bacteria that makes you stink, and then it goes away. It's magic.
Bro, you
Apple
are
cider vinegar, panacea. Get on it.
you are dude. Why is it always a dead giveaway when somebody was homeschooled? Like it is so such a dead giveaway. Like if I knew you were homeschooled before you even told me. And I will
Tyler,
say this:
I was the
didn't know
cool one
all
hanging
the
out with you
Cologne.
first.
I didn't hear what you said, but
No, I forgot.
I didn't even know anything about cologne until I started hanging out with the guys from Roma, and they were teaching me how to be an adult. So,
And then immediately afterwards, you got into a fantastic relationship. And a part of that has to be because you smelled really good.
that is part of it, yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, like
All about that natural body scent. Was that the that liver guy? What did he talk about?
Liver King?
Musk? Yeah, and then he
Yeah,
got caught for
literally.
roids. Yeah.
Yeah, Dom, you got to have a different, at least one scent per season.
I do have 3 mini bottles that students gave to me in the past. But I really don't.
What brands are they?
I don't know.
Dude, you need
I haven't
to-
worn them in a while.
Okay, so what you have to do is you have to get like a daily driver. For me, it's YSL La Home, I think it's called. And then like when I'm going
Ooh,
out,
the orange one?
it's a silver top.
Is it like orange? The liquid?
No, it's like yellow. It's clear with a gold top. L
Okay.
HOMME.
Tyler, would
Yeah,
you like to
you said
share
it
with
right.
us
They just have a
what's-
few different ones.
What does
okay, yeah.
YSL stand
The
for?
regular one. Why are you talking over me, Dom?
What is Sorry. We have good Wi-Fi right now. I can't. I'm so
What
excited.
do you do differently?
What does YSL stand for?
Yves Saint Laurent.
Okay, good. Just checking.
And then I have 3 different creeds, but I will say Ben Lee hooked me up with, he told me about a guy who sells Creed for $200 a bottle. I think if you go into a retail shop, it's between $350 and $450 a bottle.
What the
I don't know how-
heck? What
Yeah.
on earth? This is a world I've never experienced before. Why
Dom, Creed
wouldn't
is
you?
Good.
That's the
Who?
price of like a very, very expensive bottle of bourbon. Tyler, you're right next to that distillery. Garrison Brothers, their
Mhm.
cowboy bourbon is like 250, 275. You're telling me you'd rather have a bottle of cologne than you don't drink whiskey, so that isn't.
Well, a bottle of cologne lasts a long time. I mean, eventually it will evaporate a little bit. You'll lose some, but dude, it's crazy because like I don't wear it too often. It's like every time I put it on, it just takes me back to like when I first started dating Lisa, and because I'd rotate through the three, but it's worth it to invest in at least one. You need at least one good bottle, and then like there's some good
which
like
three do you have?
I have I always forget the names. I have the Aventus, and then I have the mountain one, and then it's one's an all black bottle and one's an all white bottle.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the one's like something mountain and something spring water, but they're like for different seasons. But yeah, Ben Lee the guys at Roma got me into Cree, but then Ben Lee is like he's got a lot of connections. He's like the way I am with cigars, I'm also like that way with cologne. So he's like, if you're ever looking for something, hit me up.
This is weird.
Like, no, it's dude, smelling good is a hygiene and stuff is good, and then
this is like guys sharing their underwear with other people. Like, hey, you got to try this brand of underwear.
Haven't you ever had a pair of underwear that's so good that you want to talk about it?
Not that I want to talk about it. I just appreciate it. So thank you,
but quietly to yourself.
You're doing your job.
The rep for Garrison Brothers down here, and he lives in Leander, I believe. He bought a bundle of Visa Horny for me. He's a good dude.
Heck yeah,
real cool dude.
I've been saving a bottle of theirs for a camping trip. I'll take a photo with them. With Visa Horny.
But yeah, you should get at least one nice cologne. I don't know how you don't have one nice. I mean,
okay. I teach kids. Am I supposed to be perfuming myself to go teach children?
Are you eating?
I'm sorry.
At least I turn my
he's eating an apple and drinking from the bottle that he uses for deodorant.
It's a non-alcoholic beer.
So I bet Dom uses Bod or Old Spice or no Brute. You're a Brute guy, I would assume.
I used to have one that looked like a grenade.
Yeah, you get your stuff from TJ. Like the but yeah, but it's like anytime you find something good, you share it with your friends. Like, I can't think of the last thing. What is the last thing? I mean, besides cigars, I don't know. I can't think of it. But you should get a pair of Birkenstocks. So, Elisa got me a pair for my birthday or Christmas. I forgot which one.
For circulation.
I want to get the clogs.
All right. Dun, 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 dun. So driver.
How many bottles does Sean have?
Oh, he posted a story. It was.
No, it was on his. Was it a story or was it a post?
I don't know.
I think it was a post. It was like a Sunday reset. Him cleaning his bathroom, probably about 10. Yeah. I got him a bottle, but I forgot what I got him. It was along for Christmas Christmas. I got him a bottle when I first moved down here. I'll just.
I probably have a little what I got him, but
Dang.
There you go. Yeah. So apparently, to Dom, you have an addiction.
I don't have an addiction. I just don't
know
I'm saying, what's up.
People who have more than half a bottle. Anyway,
we mentioned whiskey. Quick segue tie-in. There's a company called Buzzard's Roost, and they did a cigar blend or a cigar blend. And usually when you buy a cigar blend whiskey, it's a blend that's supposed to pair well with a cigar. They did things differently. They took barrels and cold smoked Kentucky tobacco inside of it, then filled it with the whiskey so it actually tastes like cigars. Cool stuff. Yeah. They're out there. 3-year. I think it's over 100 proof.
I might pass on that one.
Hey, I'd be willing to try it. It's a rye, I think, not a bourbon. I'm a rye guy.
You got a favorite rye?
No, I don't. I haven't bought a bottle since last January. What's it, Colorado? Laws Whiskey did a 7-year bonded rye that was super good. So that's probably my favorite.
Oh, my back hurts.
I'm a fan of the Angel's Envy rye.
Which the one in rum casks.
Yes.
So
Oh man, that's good.
that was my favorite, and I think one year, I don't know if they changed the recipe or whatever they did, but it was just overly sweet. And I think maybe went back because I've been seeing people drinking it more often. But that is a good higher end rye.
Oh, dandy.
Yes.
Who's your favorite rep that you have in Dallas?
Ooh, that's a tough one because I'm friends with a few of them. I think do brokers count?
Yeah.
Then probably my favorite would be the guys from Nice Guys, Tracy and Joe
Oh yeah, they're
are up
great.
there. Probably because I spend the most time with them. They come by and I make them some Cuban coffee,
Oh,
and
nice.
we sit and chop it up. But all of them are great. I enjoy it when Austin comes by. I really
Fisher.
like all of them. I think Fish is good. I think Fish is fun to talk to. Hector with Casada. We brought in Casada this year or last year, and I really enjoyed the Opus Killer, the Vega Magna. I think that's been a great cigar, and he's really introduced me to a bunch of different stuff. So I really enjoy his company and hanging out with him.
Okay, least favorite? No, I'm just kidding.
Ooh, least favorite? That's easy.
No.
No. I'll be honest, man. I don't have a least favorite. All the guys are, you know, are fantastic. You know, I really had very little experience that's been poor in this community. Um, you know, and then I mean, recently Yogi reached out and was just kind of like saying hello, and that was pretty cool. And I think the fact that the community does that, right? I mean, we don't know each other. Like G Fizzle and I have been meme friends for 2 or 3 years now, and I look forward to shooting down over to his side of the world and
Billy?
having a cigar and chilling with him. And then that's kind of how you and I became friends originally, Don B. So we were back and forth in the DMs, and then had an opportunity to chop it up with you, and it's just been going from there. So yeah, I can only think of one person that kind of rubs me the wrong way, and the whole industry doesn't talk about this guy, so it kind of lets you know.
Yeah. It's funny. There's two guys in Milwaukee who are reps, and one of them I blocked on Facebook, and then the other one we kind of have this weird relationship. Really weird. I don't mind telling the story. But he used to work at. He used
No
to
one's
run.
forcing you.
No, I don't mind. I'm just.
Your prerogative.
Cause I think it's funny. He managed two shops in Milwaukee, left one, went to the other one, and then he became the Calibri rep. And then he worked for La Plina. Now he's with somebody new. But we're friends, but we got a weird dynamic because he was always mad that I was pushing Romacraft. And he's like, so I'd post a picture and he'd have a smart comment. And so I would always be like, "Oh, you want me to smoke this cigar? It'll be the brand you used to work for." And I think when I said that really shut him up because, dude, it's I get I'm loyal to a brand. I'm not loyal. I'm loyal to cigars that are good. If you keep switching companies, I'm supposed to just not fuck with the other companies anymore. So it's just funny. It's I don't know, but. We're friends. We're still. The other guy I blocked. I'm not even going to talk about him, but
You guys are frenemies.
yeah, a little bit. But I think after I said, "Hey, I'll go smoke a La Polina," and he hadn't worked for them in a year, and I haven't heard him say anything else. But he's always he always had a smart comment about me smoking Roma Craft or in like any other boutique stuff. Smoke something different. I'm like, all right. So that's it. That's all I got on that.
I'm not ending it right now, but the wife does need help with a baby soon.
You have a
Speaking of
baby?
Yogi, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of Yogi, we had some listener questions. Yogi said there should be a dress like El Dandy day in the cigar world.
Oh man, thanks, Yogi. I appreciate that. I do enjoy jazzing it up a little bit. Me and the missus like stepping out, and when we go out and about, I like to, dress up for her and look good. I think dressing up makes you feel better. But I'm also the same guy that'll wear a foundation t-shirt and jeans and a hat, so
that's what I wear.
Keep it fresh. Yeah.
She's got a big following, right, on Instagram?
Yeah, so she did for a while, and then she kind of stepped away. She really wants to get more. She's really creative, man. She's got this really beautiful artistic spirit, and I'm really trying to push her to walk away from her 9 to 5 and just pursue something in an artistic fashion. Even if it's just for 6 months or a year, just to kind of see where it can go from there,
Yeah.
So she'll be making her return to Instagram soon.
Dope.
Yogi also commented, is that hat from the El Dandy signature collection? So you wear, is there a way to differentiate types of fedoras?
I don't know. That's a great question. I have a couple that are felt or felt like fedora style hats.
Yeah.
And then I have a few that are more of like I guess the best term would be like Panamanian straw
wicker
hat fedoras. I would love there to be an exclusive El Dandy line of hats. I think that'd be great. I love wearing hats. I find that they have multiple purposes, right? I mean, it helps put a little creativity to an outfit, but mainly because I'm in the cigar world, I enjoy cigars. It keeps the smoke from landing on my hair, and I'm getting the head nod from Don V. So when my routine at the end of the night, right, like after I finish here, I got to go scrub the beard. You know what I mean? So that the missus gets close to me and I get kisses. And if not, I get told, you smell. And so I got a nice little routine going to clean up.
How's that familiar? Try it out. I'm just telling you.
Yeah.
One of these. Just give it some time to evaporate. But
it's so funny. I'll come home from work and she knows when I get home from work. So she works from home. She does HR stuff now. So she'll like meet me in our like sliding door, like patio, and I give her a hug and she'll give me a kiss. She'll be like, Smokey. Like if I'm really, like I just put the cigar out of my, like I put it in the ashtray for my truck and I walk through the, like, so it's weird because like the house I have is, there's no garage, but there's like it's a canopy.
Check. Wi-Fi. Where'd he go? Come on. Wi-Fi. Are we reading? Can you hear me now? Oh, how many dots are glowing? Shoot. That's the end.
Oh, Dom's back.
I hope it's saved. Yeah, I'm back.
There he is.
God, I hope so. This has been one of our better ones.
Yeah. Did
But hey, to the bearded crew out there. Oh, go ahead, Dom.
He's stroking out.
Go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
I was gonna say deodorant. If you buy a deodorant that you use just for your beard, it works magic.
Is that like a beard oil?
Well, no, not like a beard oil, but like the deodorant that you don't use under your arms. If you were to buy one and rub it on your beard.
But do they make it specifically for beards, or is it just
no?
Just whatever it is that you normally
But won't it smell
Whatever
like
you
your
normally
pits?
use. No, so you buy one. Like, here's an example, right? You go to Walmart and you pick up a 2-pack, right? One
Yes.
for your pits and one
Yeah.
for your beard,
Got it. That checks
and
out.
just don't mix them up, and
Hmm.
then you're good to go.
Label maker. All right.
I swear to God, your mom
Yeah.
should never know the
Last two
kid.
questions. We got to get through this, and then I got to go help out the baby. Sarah Brandon, Bring the Pain says, "What's the biggest ring gauge you've ever taken?" 90 ring gauge.
Yeah,
Ooh.
always say it like the
I took
biggest
a
scar.
I took a 770 once.
All right.
Um,
It's a big
they
boy.
have a festival at in Grapevine called oh man, why am I throwing a
Yeah,
blank right now? It's a wine festival, dude. Well, anyways, every year they have this Grapevine Wine Festival, and the streets are packed. The store, you can't fit anybody else in there. And I thought, let me just get one big cigar for the entire day. And I was smoking on the Asylum 770.
Nice.
Great
If
Fest.
it's
That's
anything
what it's
like
called.
if it's anything like the 9x90, it was very smooth, and then you just can't taste anything after a certain point. But I thought it was blended
Yeah,
well.
exactly. Yeah, it's got great taste. It's got a
Yeah.
great taste for such a large cigar. My jaw hurt though, for obvious reasons.
biggest ring gauge. I've done an 8x80. I did not like it. I know the first time I tried a 7x70, this guy would always come in and buy two of them, and he talked me into. He's like, "Dude, you can smoke these things for an hour and a half." I'm like, I could also smoke a Churchill for an hour and a half, but I just didn't like it because I like to have a lot of smoke, and I mean, to get a lot of smoke out of that, you have to really
Chief it.
take it. Fucking Brandon.
Take it hard.
But I would love to smoke a femur one day. Skip, let me get a femur. I'm
What's
gonna
that
see if
size?
that's like a 10 by
120?
130. Huh?
Jeez.
I was gonna guess 120.
Like 133 or something. And they
That
have
should be called a calf muscle. Jeez.
yeah. So they have a few at headquarters, but they're old. Like they're probably 8 years old. So a lot of the wrappers have kind of split. But I mean, because the wrapper's stretched, and then it's Connecticut broadleaf, so they're not the stretch. I don't think they're that. Actually, I can't remember if they're. I'm pretty sure it's not a really stretchy tobacco. I don't know the illicit. What's that word, Dom? Smart word for stretchy.
Elastic?
I was gonna say ductability, but that's, I think, if you can hit it and pound it out.
Jeez.
Dandy's on the right track there, but it's even fancier than that. But I would love to take one down to Nicaragua and see if they can put a new wrapper on it.
Pliable.
Go some cigar glue or honey on there.
Yeah.
Sean Big Boy Running 22 said, "Who do you like more, Dom or Tyler?" That's the last question. Oh, hey, thank you, Tyler, for not asking who has the bigger hog. It was nice
Yeah.
to read that.
Elisa was surprised I asked that, but I'm like, I asked it a lot. Yeah. So all Dandy, who do you like better?
Oh man, I thought we were gonna bypass that question.
No, you don't have to, but we have met in person. So
I can jump to shower thoughts. Do any of you have any shower thoughts to help keep the boys keep their cigars on ice?
Yes, I have one real quick. Have you ever told somebody you like the way they cook a certain thing because you don't want to cook it?
I don't think so.
Like,
what wouldn't you want to cook? So I'm trying to think of something that's very difficult that I don't
I
enjoy
don't like
cooking.
peeling potato. Like my mom didn't like peeling potatoes, so she would never make like homemade mashed potatoes. But like,
I can't think of an example.
I think I would. I can't think of an example right now, but like I was thinking, like I have a popcorn maker here, and it's a process. And Elisa, we'll be watching a movie. She's like, "Oh, can you go make popcorn? You make it really good." And then I'm like, "Wait a minute, do I actually make it good, or does she just want me to make it for both of us?"
Probably that one.
Yeah.
I did tell her that it was about the popcorn, but I've been cooking a lot, and she'd be like, "Oh, that's really good. That's a really good dish you made." And I'm like, "Damn!" It's like I want to believe it that she likes my cooking, but maybe it's because she doesn't feel like cooking. But I don't. That's not the case because she's actually a really good cook.
Tyler, I think she's being encouraging to you.
Yeah, I think so too. But it just in the back of your mind, like there's the slightest amount of doubt.
Make some spaghetti, and then in her plate, add a bunch of salt, and see if she still says it's good.
Oh well, no. Actually, you know what? You're right because I made braised short rib tacos, and I put too much salt in there. And she says, first of all, she's like, "I didn't know you could cook something like that." I'm like, "Well, it's actually pretty easy." And then she ate it, and it could look really good. She's like, "Oh, it's pretty salty." I'm like, "Fuck!" I'm like, "I put too much salt in it." I have this like buttery seasoning. It has an old guy on it, Kindred or so, I forgot, but I'm like, "Oh, buttery steakhouse is called buttery steakhouse," but I guess it's like all salt because that's all I tasted. But yeah, I think she's being supportive. But all right, that's my only shower thought. The hard word.
All right, Winnie the Pooh. All the characters are named after the animal they are, except Winnie the Pooh bear. So he gets a bear at the end, but he has two other first names. Why is he so special? Also, Eeyore should be donkey or ass. Why is he special?
But Eeyore is the sound kind of like a donkey makes, no?
Correct.
Eeyore.
But every other character is named after the animal. So why would just out of nowhere gonna have this one? Like, what is a rabbit sound? That's a bad example. Owl could have been who?
That
was my shower.
I'm more concerned that Winnie the Pooh is walking around with just a shirt on and no pants.
Oh, Yogi commented on ICS because you're going to be on the Zoom feature on Friday, and he said, Sean said, "I hope he's wearing that bow tie because of that picture of you," and Yogi said, "Only the bow tie."
Oh,
nice.
I wish.
There you go. My shower thought is, why do we drive on a parkway and park on a driveway?
Yeah.
I've never said parkway. Is that a thing? I've seen parkway on street names, but I've never called something a parkway. That's a good one, though. Yeah.
I don't know.
Sweet.
I was just throwing something out there to be a part. I didn't want to be excluded.
That was good.
I want to feel like on that segment.
I'm trying to bring value to the show. I want people to say, "Hey, you should be the third CigarNoise boy."
Oh, actually, we never got to that.
No, we didn't. We're maybe in a crisis changing our name. Not a crisis, but we could either do it ourselves. We could do it when we get sponsored. I was thinking, Tyler, CigarNoise Fratellos. Huh? Pretty close. Pretty close to what we already have. Yeah.
No.
Okay. Tyler, I do have to go. We'll talk about that next week more.
Humadorables, two cuties talking about
Stop.
cigars.
That's no.
That gets my vote.
Oh my goodness.
Humadorables.
Veto horny. All right.
Veto.
Rock and roll, guys. Keep your cigars on ice.
Yeah!